Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of A to Z, where we give you 26 facts and tidbits of juicy information on all the awesome games coming to Xbox One. This week things are getting dark, stealthy, and all steampunky as we delve into the world of Dishonored 2. Let's do this. Just check out the incredible detail. Just this room alone is pretty as anything, and that's just one room. Imagine what the rest of the game looks like. Its gorgeous gold glow, coupled with the tiniest details, only adds to the rich and luxurious feel of the game. So you can play Dishonored 2 in two different styles: skulk along in the shadows and let your enemies live to see another day, or you can do what I did here and give them a good old slice and dice. Of course, I did get killed instantly by a security detection device, so I guess that's what they call karma. Oops. Corvo is the protagonist of Dishonored and an all-around badass. He used to be a bodyguard back in the day, but got stripped of his title and imprisoned. It's alright though, because he escaped, got some nifty powers granted to him, cleared his name, did some avenging, and helped out his daughter Emily. Basically, he's way cooler than anyone else's dad and continues to win the Father of the Year award in Dishonored 2. Now, usually when you think of Domino's, you think of a chilled Sunday afternoon discussing world affairs whilst playing a thrilling game of dominoes, or something along those lines. But when it comes to Dishonored 2, Domino is all about death and murder! Yay! Basically, it's one of Emily's powers and allows her to link multiple targets' fates together. So whatever you do to one enemy happens to all of them. Smack them with a sleep dart, they're all snoozing. Shoot one of them in the face in a brutal and sadistic manner, they'll all get their faces shot out in a brutal and... you get the picture. We first meet Emily as a child in Dishonored, but 15 years have passed and now she's a totally kick-ass deadly stealth machine. She's serving as Empress of the Isles, but a new threat has emerged on her reign. She's the kind of Empress who likes to get hands-on involved, so she's heading to Karnaca to sort out the problem herself. Who needs guards when you've got superpowers and can do all the dirty work yourself?
Closer, Your Imperial Majesty. Welcome, Lady Emily Caldwell.
Speaking of Emily and her awesome powers, what better time to talk about Far Reach? And, we're also on the letter F. Far Reach is Emily's version of Blink, but by the looks of it, it's even more powerful. It works similar to a grappling hook and rope, allowing Emily to shoot along to faraway places and get even further than ever before. One of the things I love about Dishonored is how it manages to mix up classy stealth and absolute grim violence. Sure, I could sneak my way out of this situation, but I could also cut off his head. Yeah, that's going to cause one hell of a headache. The heart pumps blood around the body, makes us fall in love, and allows us to breathe and live and all that good stuff. Oh, and it also helps uncover runes and bone charms hidden in the world of Dishonored, and it's back for part 2. That's right, equip this bad boy and you're one step closer to all the hidden treats this game has to offer you. Buongiorno, principessa. Ciao bella! Now, if you couldn't tell by that dazzling display, language skills are not my strongest point. Thankfully, a team who knew what they were talking about designed Karnaca, the fictional city in which Dishonored 2 is set in. This beautiful location is inspired by southern European countries, so expect an Italian feel mixed with a dash of Spain and Greece. Perfecto. During Dishonored 2, you'll get to visit the Clockwork Mansion, in which Jindosh resides. He's a genius, yet he's also quite mental. He created some seriously clever yet deadly robots and a house that moves around like a never-ending jigsaw puzzle. He's got the philosopher Anton Sokolov held prisoner, so expect to have to go and free him at one point. Oh, Jindosh, you were only in my life for a bit, but what an impression you made. I mean, just look at that facial hair. And the way he smokes his pipe through his hand. What a guy! There's just not enough game characters who smoke through limbs in their body, I'll tell you that right now. Can we just talk about how insanely clever the design is for the Clockwork Mansion? Each lever you pull makes the whole house switch around, leading to secret hallways and rooms that you may never even stumble upon unless you go digging deep enough. This is some seriously clever design and way more impressive than my one-bed flat in London with the leaky sink. Another one of Emily's awesome powers is Mesmerize. You use it on enemies and enemy dogs alike to keep them occupied. It works by revealing a vision so powerful that it stops them in their tracks. So that's basically an advert for 2 for 1 at Pizza Hut if that bad boy was used on me. Now, we may have talked about brutal murder a bit, but what about the other side to Dishonored? There's always the achievement of playing the game without any kills, and here's hoping that's back in Dishonored 2. It certainly ups the difficulty stakes, and you'll find yourself taking twice as long to make it through the game. The good thing is that robots don't count, so kill away to your heart's content. OMFG, BBQ, WTF, or something along those lines. Corvo was always the silent, handsome type, but now he's gone and got himself a voice. Her voice always helps you feel a little bit more attached to a character, and Corvo's suitably deep and gruff one is definitely a welcome addition.
Obviously, you're pleased with yourself.
Parenthood is tough. Screaming babies, disgusting nappies, no sleep, and what do you get to show for it? Well, a kid, I guess. Thankfully, by the time Dishonored 2 comes around, Emily has grown out of the nappy stage and is a lot less annoying. She also earns her keep by going out and doing missions herself. You can choose to complete different sections as either Corvo or Emily, each with a slight twist on how you can do it due to their different powers. Father or daughter, who will you side with? Now, quietly does it, everyone. Yeah, you in the back. Shh! Dishonored is best served soundlessly, so you're going to have to practice your stealth if you want to do good. See here as I sneak up, crappy seen me. As you can see, another great tactic is just to chuck the person you're trying to save right at them. It works a charm. Robots, one of the coolest inventions ever made. If you want to prepare for the robot uprising, then Dishonored 2 is a great place to start, as you can really get some robot killing practice in the Clockwork Tower. There are a few ways to take them out too. You go for the trusty rip them to pieces with your weapon tactic, or you can even rewire them so they'll attack anyone, including the enemy guards. Very helpful. Cheers, Mr. Robot. It's another one of Emily's new powers, and boy is it a good one. Shadow Walk allows you to turn into this creepy beast, skulking along in a stealthy manner, and all the while looking incredibly horrible as you do it. It can be used to go through vents and eventually upgraded to hide on walls, which is perfect for all your sneaky needs. I love Bethesda because there's just so much to interact with when you jump into one of their games. Take the Clockwork Mansion, feel free to wander around and eat all their fruit. Aha! You didn't even have to pay for it. Oh, you're such a naughty criminal. Unfortunately, for some reason, Dishonored 2 doesn't include the popular discount taxi service Uber, but what it does include is a roller coaster. Kind of. It gets you from the town into the Clockwork Mansion, but it doesn't have 8 loop-de-loops, so that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Still, I'd give it a 5-star rating for sure. What a view! Just soak it in because it's only going to get prettier. The game promises to be a feast for your eyes, and I can't help but agree with these kind of landscapes on offer. Just like the original, it looks like we can expect a number of unique and interesting weapons on offer. I'm an old-fashioned kind of girl though, so give me a crossbow and I'm happy. Plus, there's always a bunch of trusty knives and guns to use on your foe. You can never go wrong with the classics, you know? Guess what? You can play this game on Xbox One. Yup, figuring out what to write for X is definitely one of the easier parts of my job. Blowflies may be one of the grossest things ever, and that's no exception in Dishonored 2. I found a big old nest with them, and yuck was definitely the word that came to mind. Throw a dead guard in the room and the blowflies will literally start eating and infesting the body. Really wish I hadn't just eaten my lunch. Oh, Jindosh, with your beautiful facial hair and smoking hand, it was never going to work out between us. His outlook doesn't seem positive, with an option of either killing him or zapping his brain. The brain zapper is an invention he made though, and used for evil purposes, so I guess he kinda deserves it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll be back next week with more alphabetical goodness. Bye!